You didn't find this video found you. When I first recorded this video,
3 days is all I ask you. For the next 3 days, I want you to not let your reality, your 3D, your circumstances have any power whatsoever over you. I want you to have massive awareness of how you are being controlled by reality. And as long as you're being controlled by reality, you are going to be in a long fucking time in this loop. What's going on right now is that you look at your life, the 3D reality circumstances, whatever the fuck you want to not name it, you look at it, and reality is nothing more but a delayed projection of you, of your beliefs, of your assumptions, of your inner state of being. So when you look at that, at the effect, you spiral down and you get tangled with that reality like gorilla glue, like you're freaking tangled to it. How do you break down from it? Having massive awareness. It's when you stop letting the reality, which is the effect, have any control whatsoever into you. Because the more you keep falling for it, you're playing this game. So right now you're already at loss, right? You're already living in that shit show that you don't want to live. How do you escape it? Escaping the matrix, that's about it. Is when you really control your awareness, your consciousness, and you're not falling for the trap of your eyesight, because that's just an effect. So you got to look at the cause, and every time you react, you're generating the same cause, the same effect is going to show up. Is that infinite mirror, when you put one mirror in front of the other, that infinite reflection never ends. You need to be aware. So for the next 3 days, just practice this with me. Whatever comes your way, that it's not part of the reality that you want to experience, just be neutral. Just like, unbothered. And make a choice, a decision that I'm not going to feed this anymore because I know what I deserve. I know what I want for my life. Well, if you just do that,
I had no idea that Neville Goddard had a lesson about 72-hour manifestation. So let me break this down to you guys because it's extremely powerful, and I want to invite you to apply this into your life and tell me the results later. Leave in the comments the results that you guys are going to have with this 72-hour challenge. The way it works is, I want you to imagine, this part is not from Neville, but it's gonna link with Neville teachings. But I want you to imagine that you are living inside a prison, that you are held in a prison right now. Not a mental prison, although your life is solo a mental prison. And you have the key to open, and only you can open the key from the inside. But anyways, imagine that you are inside a prison. And the only way out of this prison is that you have to perform, you have to act. You are paid, your freedom costs your ability to act. Oh my goodness, then I'm never gonna be set free because I'm not a good actor. Wait a minute. The way you're gonna be held free, you're gonna be set free, held free, set free from this prison is by acting as a new persona, acting as the person who is living in your dream reality. It's not that difficult, I swear. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get a timer and you're gonna put 72 hours. And in the 72 hours, what you need to do is, first of all, before you start and press the start in your phone, you're gonna map the identity of the person who is living in your dream reality. That person who has the money, who makes 30K a month, who makes 100K a month, who got promoted in their job, who got engaged, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or call into your life. You're gonna map that person, predominant thoughts, the feelings. You're gonna map their focus. How do they solve problems? How do they talk? How do they walk? What do they wear? You're gonna map everything about that person. And you're gonna map everything about your current person. because the only way out of this prison is your ability to act completely different from who you are being right now. Okay? Neville Goddard said this phrase: you must live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled while acting in the world of Caesar. You must live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled while acting in the world of Caesar. What is the world of Caesar? It is the 3D reality, your physical reality, the world of responsibilities, right? So you must be able to cultivate the feeling of the wish fulfilled while navigating the 3D. That's where the challenge lies. But remember, imagine someone is paying you to act that way. Imagine that you're only going to get out of this 72-hour prison if you act from the end. And then there is a big difference here of act in the 3D, but never from the 3D. What does it mean? You're going to act in the physical reality because we are in the physical reality, but you're not going to act from the 3D, meaning you're not going to let the physical reality dictate your internal state of being. That's like, if I could describe quantum leaping, that would be it. It's not how many manifestation techniques you do. It's not your actions. It's not about skills. It's not about strategies. It's about embodying a new identity. Because once you embody a new identity, you're going to unlock new possibilities. You're going to unlock a completely different reality for you. So reality is still going to be catching on fire. Perhaps you're still not going to have money to pay your rent. You're still not going to have, I don't know, your fiance with you. You still might be single, but you're not going to let that dictate the way you're feeling. You're going to be completely delusional, let's say. That doesn't mean go get your credit card and go to the mall and start spending a whole bunch of money that you don't have in your physical reality. But what it means is that you're going to respond to the same situation in your physical reality from a different internal state. So instead of panicking, oh my goodness, I don't have money, how am I gonna pay this? Oh my goodness, I got ditched again, I got ghosted again. No, you're gonna assume that everything is always working out for you. You're gonna assume from the viewpoint of that persona who already has everything that you want. What is that viewpoint? How does that person perceives reality? How does that person thinks? How does that person feel? How does that person expect? What is her behavior? When I talk about behavior, think about people who are in social media, like me, for example. Here I could be just like, oh, I'm only gonna post videos on YouTube once I reach 1 million followers. If I don't have 1 million followers, I'm not gonna create a live on Instagram because I'm waiting. Like, once I have that, then I'm gonna do it. It's the completely opposite. I am, therefore I do, therefore I'll have the results. If you're waiting for the external reality to shift, for you to shift and behave a different way, you're gonna be forever stuck. Okay? And that brings me to the hamster wheel, which is pretty much this. Don't fall for the trap where you look for your reality and you react a certain way, and that reaction creates that reality, the same reality, and you look at that reality, and then you react and think the same way, and you create the same, and you're forever stuck in this loop. That's why some of you guys are frustrated with manifestation. You're like, I tried everything, but nothing changed. The only thing that can truly change your life when it comes to manifestation is your consciousness. Consciousness is you being aware. That's it, guys. I'm not here to sugarcoat, to sell you an illusion of, hey, write a number in your wrist, or like just do the 369 that your life is going to change overnight. Yes, it can if you don't have any resistance. But to be honest, depending on where you are at right now, consciousness, awareness is the only key to create your new reality. So then your job is to change your internal state. Your job in this challenge is not to seek for evidence. Is my reality changing yet? Do I have extra money in my account yet? No, because if you're doing this, you're falling for the trap where you're looking for the external to confirm before you can change your internal state. And then you're forever in this loop. Now, here's the catch. You will have to reset your timer in your phone if you entertain a negative thought, or like I would say a thought that doesn't match the identity of that persona who is living your dream reality. Our thoughts, we can't stop them. You're gonna have negative thoughts. That's a fact. But you can decide if you're going to entertain that negative thought or if you're going to entertain something else. Because you, as consciousness, you can dictate, you can tell yourself to think a different thought, right? If I tell right now, think about your name, think about a flower, think about a beach, think about a trip, you can tell your mind to generate those images, those thoughts to you. So you are not gonna entertain a thought that does not match the new persona. You right now, your job is to be a Hollywood actress, a Hollywood actor, and you're going to perform this for 72 hours. There's cameras everywhere. They are watching you internally and externally. Everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking, they are watching you. They are only going to set you free if you can perform for 72 hours. Can you do it? One thing that is very powerful that will help you guys in this challenge is pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt is very powerful. Like if you wake up every day, every morning, and you step your left foot first, change that. Right foot first. If you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is brush your teeth with your left hand. Switch hands. If you always go through H1, like to a H1 is a highway here in Hawaii, change the route. Go a different route. If you always sit in a position in the couch, change it. If you always listen to this music playlist, change it. Especially music and smell. If you always use your cologne only for special dates, use it in the 72 hours. Or like buy a special cologne just for this. Just for you, like, this is my new me. Okay? The smell has a very, 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 it's very powerful for this to pattern interrupt. Because once you interrupt your habitual self, that's it. It's easier. That's why so many people, like when they go on trips to different countries or they move across a different country, they completely change because they are away from everything that is known. So it's much easier to detach, to let go. That being said, watch your environment, because your environment can make you or break you. That quote, like, you are the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, is very true. If you always walk with people who have small self-talk, oh my god, the economy is so bad, and Trump it is, and da da da, and put you in a state of fear, then that's all you're focusing on. But if you walk with people who are millionaires, they are talking a different thing. Their talk is another self-talk. They're talking about solving problems. They are talking about different stuff that will make you see different possibilities, will make you shift your focus away. And remember, your focus is where you are directing your energy. Your power of creation is neutral. You can use, it's like electricity, right? You can use it to electrocute someone or to lighten up a whole city. Neville Goddard says that in his book. Our power of creation is neutral, but our lack of awareness makes us just let our thoughts run wild, and we just, let the negative self-talk pops up, lets us look at the 3D and let the 3D dictate our inner state, and then we are forever trapped. Your escape to your dream reality is pretty much this process. But depending where you are right now, you need to sustain your state of being for a longer period of time. And after you're out of this challenge, you can apply this for like longer periods, a week, a month. If you do this consistently, your life is you can completely quantum leap by the end of the year. But you have to pay attention who you are being most of the time. If you get a 24-hour balance, right? Who you are being, what are your predominant thoughts? What are your feeling state? What are your assumptions about life? Where is your focus going? That's just reinforcing the old shit. And that's why people don't change. But it's not your fault, because that's the way we were programmed, not made, right? Our subconscious mind, nervous system is wired for survival. So anything that is new, it's unknown, so that's a risk. And the subconscious mind and nervous system prefers you to stay in a familiar hell than an unfamiliar heaven, and it's going to do everything it can to trick you to react and think the same way, so you stay in the familiar zone. And you, as awareness, as consciousness, can observe all of that, understand the game, and change it. And if you want to learn more about this process, and you want to learn more about removing resistance, because there are many layers of our subconscious mind that is really creating this interference in our state of being, then I'm going to link below the description to my program, Roy, where I teach in depth on how to find the real blockages in your subconscious mind. Not the macro fluff of money is hard to make, but the real stuff that is blocking you, that is causing this resistance in your subconscious mind. So you can change this and apply this and see results much, 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 much faster. So that's it, guys. Comment in the chat below. Invite people in your environment to participate in this with you, because if you have more people playing this game with you, it's much easier to play the Lulu, to play this new character. Remember, you are a paid actor, actress, and your only way out is to sustain all of this for 72 hours, to sustain your state of being for 72 hours. Comment here below if you apply this, the results that you're shifting in your life, the things that you manifested in the 72-hour period. And before I forget, also apply the sets, the state akin to sleep that Neville Goddard teaches. Right before you go to sleep and right when you wake up, you're gonna think in a loop something that you want to happen in your reality. Okay, because these are the two times where your mind is most programmable. Yeah, that you can program your mind. But that's it, guys. Comment below your results with this challenge, and I promise you, you are gonna see massive shifts in your reality if you don't cheat. If you are like acting, because remember there's cameras everywhere, you are going to see already clues and things start shifting in your physical real life, in your physical life. So comment below so you can inspire other people, and you can give other people this boost of motivation so they can see results in their life as well. That's it, guys.